Sheba visits Solomon. The dedication of the temple. This is 2Chronicles 7, 1-10. And this is a story about Solomon deciding to hold a special ceremony to show the temple was for God. And the priests made offering in the ark. The special box containing God's laws was carried from its tent into the temple's innermost room. At that moment, the temple was filled with a dazzling light, the light of God's presence. King Solomon prayed, "Lord, God of Israel, hear the prayers of your people. Listen to them and help them always." Then Solomon turned to the people. "You must be true to God. You must obey his commands," he said. When the ceremony was over, a great feast was held. The celebrations lasted for a whole week. And that is the dedication of the temple, 2Chronicles 7, 1-10. Solomon writes lots of wise sayings called Proverbs. And this is Proverbs 1-3-6. Solomon didn't only speak wise words. He wrote a lot of wise sayings down in a book, the book of Proverbs. "The fear of God is the beginning of knowledge," he wrote. "And only fools despise wisdom and learning." Solomon wrote that wisdom was better than gold or precious jewels. He told children to listen to what their fathers and mothers told them, and not to listen to the words of bad people. "Do not forget loyalty and faithfulness," he told them. "Wear them like a necklace. Write them on your heart." As well as advice like this, Solomon's book included a lot of wise sayings about how to behave. Parents read the book to their children to teach them right from wrong. Solomon also told stories about plants and flowers, insects and animals to teach people how to live good and useful lives. Here is one of the stories. Don't be lazy. Look at how hard the ants work in summer. They store up food for the winter, but if you are lazy and lie around sleeping while times are good, poverty will creep up on you while you are not looking. The book of Proverbs also tells of importance of loving God and obeying his laws. "Trust in the Lord with all your heart," says Solomon. "Acknowledge that all your wisdom comes from him." Tonight we're going to read The King of Sheba Visits Solomon. This is 1Kings10, 1-13, 11:31-32, 2Chronicles9, 1-12. Stories of Solomon's wisdom spread far and wide across the world to other lands. Soon the stories reached the land of Sheba. When the Queen of Sheba heard about Solomon, she decided to see for herself how wise he was. She thought up a list of very difficult questions that only the wisest of men could answer. Then she packed her finest jewels, gold, and spices, and she set out for Jerusalem. Everyone stopped to look as the queen entered Jerusalem. The queen went to see Solomon. She asked all her questions, and Solomon answered them easily. The queen knew that Solomon was indeed a wise man. "I can see that God has given his people a wise king because he loves them so much," she said. The queen was right about this. Israel was rich and peaceful. For much of Solomon's reign, he built many beautiful palaces and great cities grew. But sadly, the good times did not last. Solomon became too fond of spending money on fine things. He needed more and more gold to pay for all his grand projects. He made the Israelites pay lots of taxes, and he forced thousands of men to work on his buildings. Many of his people became poor and unhappy while Solomon was king. Worse than this, Solomon began to forget God and his goodness. He did not remain faithful to God as his father David had. This made God sad. God spoke to Solomon. "The kingdom of Israel will be taken from your son since you have not followed my commands," he said. And as time passed, God's words came true. Some bad things came after Solomon. And that, my friends, boys and girls, is the story of the Queen of Sheba visits Solomon. So what did you learn?
I learned what?
Okay, very good. So now is the time for you to tell me, what did you learn? Let me know in the comments. And next time, boys and girls and friends, we're going to read Ahab and Jezebel. This 1 Kings 16, 29 through 34, 1 Kings 21. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in my next one. Later.